All right, hey, this is Brent Leary. I am still chilling. Well, actually, I'm not chilling as much now because I got a nice fireplace behind me. But I'm still here at the CCE 2019 event that Constellation Research is throwing. It's a really cool event. This is like my first time being here. Lots of great sessions, lots of great people, lots of great conversations. And one of those great people, see how I did that little segue there?
That was really smooth.
Dina Apostolou. Did I get that right?
Apostolou.
Apostolou. Dina Apostolou. She is Director of Global Marketing for BizApps under the Dynamics 365 umbrella, right?
There you go.
There it is.
Nailed it.
Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
We only have a few short minutes with Dina because, well, she's got a plane to catch. She's got to get out of here. I'm just glad that she has a few minutes to kind of talk about a couple of things.
Okay.
You actually helped me out on an article I did for CRM magazine.
Yes.
And it was all around this. I did this poll question with the folks from Small Biz Trends, and we asked, it was just a single question. We asked folks, what is their biggest challenge with CRM? About 500 people actually answered it. Mm-hmm. It's kind of cool. I'm just glad we got 500 people to answer it. But the answers were kind of shocking to me a little bit. The number one answer for the biggest challenge they have with CRM is that it just takes too much time and effort to enter data, maintain data, and update data. That's been like the biggest challenge for like the last couple of decades for that. 46% of the people said that. The second one was really interesting to me is 36% of the people said that they just don't know what CRM does. And I got to do the quote, what CRM does for their business. It's like they know what CRM is, they kind of know what it's about, they just don't understand what it could do for them.
Yeah. Okay,
so I said all that to say I want to get your take on, it's 2019. Are you surprised at all that there's still that amount of people who don't really understand what CRM does for them?
Yeah, it's a bit surprising, actually. It is. I mean, you would think at this point, that technology has kind of been a little bit more profoundly, known across all industries and all segments at this time. But there's still a lot that are adapting to, kind of the change in the pace of technology, right? So while something as traditionally known as CRM, but then there's all this other technology that's entered the place. When you look at the MarTech stack, when you start hearing AI, the scary word of of AI, I think that starts to concern some of those businesses that are smaller because they think costs, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, some of them like AI is just for big companies.
That's right.
But I mean, everywhere you go, I think I've been to like 25 conferences this year, and AI is front and center at pretty much everyone. Do you think there's a disconnect between, AI is not for small businesses, and that disconnect is causing small businesses not to understand what CRM could do for them, because AI can really do a lot in the context of CRM.
I agree. I think that there's a lot of barriers that are actually limiting, anywhere from SMB up to enterprise,
right.
around AI. But I think that artificial intelligence is definitely something that I would say any SMB owner, or if you kind of work your way across different functions within that organization, they think expensive, they think job elimination, they're not thinking of how it actually can support their business process.
Right.
And so I think they're probably struggling to kind of grasp, like, how do you break through and get it into your organization in a way that's quicker time to value, right? And either they don't maybe have maybe the in-house knowledge to help them walk them through that, or maybe there isn't an ecosystem there that's able to help them to kind of see through that path. Yeah. But that's unfortunate, but also a good opportunity.
I'm sorry to say this. You kind of just segued into my next question: is how does Microsoft help them understand how CRM helps them, but also understand the benefits that AI has, which could parlay into how CRM could help them? Yeah,
I think Microsoft's unique in that we do see a lot of our customers, especially in this segment, as being on that path to wanting to go down, a customer, relationship management solution if they've been really comfortable with like the productivity tools. And so, there's a lot of good benefit, especially for us and how we've designed Dynamics 365 and our professional version of sales to accommodate those buyers that start to kind of outgrow, what maybe a point solution could offer,
right,
or what basic email could do, in the sense of either marketing or, sales engagement.
Right.
And so some of that familiarity built in and having the productivity piece makes it pretty unique, and it also makes it an onboarding path for customers that it doesn't feel so big and clunky. First run experience is extremely important, right?
Right.
Because if you can't get past that first run experience, you're not gonna win the customer.
Right.
So that's an important aspect of it, as well. So I think design within, I think the ease of first run experience and onboarding the rest of your organization. How do you build that into your products? So I think those are all like important things that you have to accommodate for different segments of customers, understanding what their technical capabilities are.
During your one of the keynote sessions, or you were actually doing a fireside chat with Ray Wang.
Yeah.
But he didn't have a fireplace like this.
He didn't. This is nice.
I'm telling you, this is nice and warm, folks. But one of the things that came up, I think it was with you, I think it was asking a question around mixed reality. And I think a lot of people may not, at least in the SMB community, may not understand exactly what mixed reality is. Could you kind of help them understand what mixed reality is and how it may be something they have to be at least on their radar?
Yeah. I mean, it's actually an important part of our portfolio. When you think about our business applications portfolio, we have a set of transactional applications, we have a set of analytical applications, and then how we call it is observational applications, and that's where mixed reality apps sit into that, and how they can kind of support a different solution area or a line of business. And that's important because that's data that's coming in from a different mean, right? So we've talked a lot about obviously this conglomerate of data, but data being transactional, behavioral, and observational, super important. So there's different means of mixed reality, obviously. I can talk about the ways that we are bringing it to market and how it's changing workforce and how it's changing use cases. So in our portfolio, we have customers that are using Dynamics 365 Product Visualize as a way to enhance a selling experience. So without having to bring maybe a yacht, into a showroom,
right,
with a customer, how do you use mixed reality in that sense to give a customer, a prospective buyer, especially in a luxury industry and space, the opportunity to go look at, a yacht or multiple models of a yacht, right? Or especially something that doesn't exist yet, that's still on the manufacturing line. And then you can shift towards, guides and the ability to help, your workforce to be able to, conduct training and onboarding and education around, as you think about it from a field service perspective. So your ability to, and we have remote assist as well, but the ability to, again, train when you may have, an aging workforce that might not be the right ones to be dispatched on site, but you have that knowledge that can still be employable, right, and work at a organization. But to provide that, early in career, the opportunity to learn and onboard. And so we have different forms of that, and that, is another one around guides. So that's another product. And so it's happening across different industries, that's for sure, and use cases. And some are more prevalent, I would say, in the enterprise space for us, but I think Product Visualize is a good example of one that is happening as we see it down in the SMB space as well.
One other thing that came up was, I think Ray asked you voice or text. Did he ask you about that?
Yeah.
Something about what's going to...
Text or talk.
Text or talk.
He said text or talk.
I went right to voice or text. All right, so you said what?
I said talk.
And why did you say that? Because there's so many people texting. Why do you say talk?
I say talk just because I feel like you lose that emotional connection over texting. Sometimes you lose the context of your meaning, the intent. So I just don't feel like the EQ part can always come out as part of text.
Right. I'm a talk person too. I would go with talk. Because I think in the future, people are going to be able to talk to their applications.
That's right.
And make it easier for them to get stuff done.
Yeah, and there's, again, new technology that's happening around like conversational intelligence, being able to scan calls and have the real-time feedback that can help a manager coach an employee in that situation, teach them situational leadership and how to address, a customer on the spot. And so I think that that's an important element of both, I think, how you relate to someone, face to face, as well as how technology is going to continue to advance, and we're going to see more of that come across.
I'm just lazy. I'd rather just talk than do all that, stuff. All right, so I said I was going to ask you a question.
You've asked me a lot of questions.
All right, this is a different kind of question. This will tell me how I'm going to end this conversation.
Okay.
Okay. Are you a sports fan?
I am.
You're a sports fan. Okay. Are you like a football fan?
I like football.
You like football?
I like football.
All right, we're okay so far. Do you have a favorite sports team? Like football?
Oh, now this is going to get a little controversial.
It may. There's really only one terrible answer to this. So what's your favorite football team? Professional football.
Well, I'm going to have to go with the Seahawks. I do, because I'm from Seattle. But I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Do you want to know what my second team is?
What?
The 49ers. Sorry, I still differentiate there.
You know what? This is fine. Although I detest both of those teams, there's only one really terrible, tragic answer to this, and thank God you didn't say the Patriots.
I would never say that.
Oh, see, you just made my day.
I would never say that.
Okay, so we can end on a very positive note now. Thanks to Dina Apostolou.
That's right. Thank you, Brent.
Where can people learn more about some of the things we just talked about and some of the things that Microsoft is doing around some of the things we talked about?
Absolutely. Well, I'd say, online, of course, obviously.
Can they text you? No.
Can't text me. Yeah, LinkedIn for sure, but I would also say we have a blog site within Dynamics 365. If you go to our website, and our team publishes blogs often. I publish one around customer experience as well. So I think that's a great landing place to understand more about our portfolio.
Sounds great, coming from a Seahawks / 49ers fan.